morning. It is almost 5:30 a.m. I've got to catch a 7 a.m. coach. I'm doing a day trip to Silverstone. Obviously, we're in the same country. I've been an F1 fan since I was a kid, since the Michael Schumacher days. In fact, he's the reason I got into F1 and I'm a Ferrari fan. But it only took until last year for me to see my first ever motorsport race. And I saw three. I saw Formula E in Monaco, day trip. I went to Silverstone. This was the first F1 experience. Did a whole full weekend. I was there Thursday to Sunday and left on Monday. And I went to Monza on a day trip as well. I did that on a day trip. I worked till 10 p.m. the day before on Saturday. And then on a few hours sleep, went to Stansted, 7 a.m. flight to Milan, watched the race, came back the same night and went back to work the next day despite the flight being delayed and having barely any sleep. But that was fun. It was worth it because as a Ferrari fan, being at Monza was amazing. I was on the main straight as well. And now we got Silverstone again, and you might have another surprise later this year. Got to get over to Victoria coach station. I've got a booking with Megabus, 7 a.m. coach, arriving there 9:30, not too bad. We'll miss the F3 race, but it is what it is. I want to watch it. It's just that, you know, a race at 8 a.m. is a bit mad. There was a 4 a.m. coach. I'm just like, I'm not getting a 4 a.m. coach. Let's relax a little bit. Let's just relax a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Haven't got a way back. There was a coach at 6 p.m, but I chose not to get it just in case because, you know, there's track invasion, there's podiums. You never know what the red flags and safety cars could be. It could run over a certain amount of time. So just in case, I have not booked that 6 p.m. coach. I could regret it, but we'll see how it is. But there is a service. There's a sort of a shuttle bus service. It's literally just a double-decker bus. It goes through the circuit to either Milton Keynes Station or Northampton Station. I'm going to get one of those since they're every half an hour and get a train back. Haven't booked the train yet, but I've looked online and the price doesn't look too bad to book it on the day anyway. So that's what I'm doing. So I got away there, coach. Haven't got away back yet, but the bus to the station, you can pay on the bus. And I can get the train, I can pay for the train at the train station. So I should be back home fairly early. Only downside is I would love to stay for the aftermath, the after concert stuff, because last year they did concerts after the race and qualifying, etc., and it was really great. Tonight is Tom Grennan, and they also do driver interviews as well. Like drivers will come out. Last year, Albon and his teammate came out. Who else came out? Lewis Hamilton came up with his dog, and then Mabel performed live, and then after Mabel performed live, Lando Norris came out. So I just thought, hey, Tom Grennan plus driver surprises, that'd be cool, but I can't stay that late because otherwise the last bus is at like 8:30 and Tom Grennan starts at 7:30. I'm just like, you know what, I'll watch the race, then I'll go home. Either way, I'm there for the race. Lando is in second, which is brilliant. I'm looking forward to that. I'm a Ferrari fan ultimately, but it'll be good to see Lando do well. And even though I have a lot of respect for Verstappen and how good he is, I'm kind of hoping his car's not up to shape because there's a chance here for McLaren to pull off something special. So that would be cool. Anyway, enough of the intro. Let's head up to the coach. Here we are, Victoria coach station. We're at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 or 19. Let me find my gate. There's like 6 coaches leaving to Silverstone, so I need to know which one is mine.
Get the weather back because the rain is not going to be
I have not had enough sleep. I'm way too tired. Anyway, it is, I think it's 9 a.m. We left a bit early. You can hear the F3 cars. They're down there. Pretty close to the track. It's perfect. Literally just started raining. Just perfect. Just brilliant. This is why I brought a hoodie. We're in. One of the best things at an F1 track. A store just for caps and ice cream vans everywhere. And they're everywhere. They're all on the track. Except it's raining, that's the only bad thing. I want to get a Grand Prix hat, right? I got one last year. It was a 2020 hat because they didn't make one for 2022. They've still not made one. They're still selling the 2020 caps. What's up with that? That's a disgrace. I cannot wait to show you where I'm sitting. It's very expensive, and I'm not going to sit there again. Not because I don't want to, not because I can't afford to sit there every year. I want to come here every year, but yeah, I thought at least once I'll sit there, and I am sitting in my ideal place. That's Paige I was talking about. I feel like it's a waste of time going to the shops to try and look for the yellow Ferrari stuff, because last year it sold out within seconds online. So what are the odds of it being here? Limited edition, I doubt it. Anyway, I just noticed that, Google. I'm that way. Remember this? I was waiting for a taxi right there last year, and Lando Norris drove past me, leaving the circuit. It's unreal. Literally drove past me with a supercar, and he beeped at me, and I thought, wait, what? Who's that? And then I saw people started shouting Lando down the road. I'm just like, Norris just drove past me, and I had no idea I was on my phone waiting for a taxi. The pool park was new. I never noticed that one last year. It's Nigel Mansell. That's my question. But add him on as well. You should have seen the queue for that store. I was like, no way. If I saw yellow Ferrari in there, I would have been like, yeah, sure, but no way. It's not in there. It won't be there because it's all sold out. Glad to see my seats. It's a grandstand in an ideal position, based on what I like to see, and it's got a roof. So the rain won't matter to me when I'm up there. You wanna see? Let's go.
I am Charles Leclerc, I am from Orion, and I drive this really than anybody else. So he's absolutely storming away and trying to no avail. But he's back in 14th place now. Robinson and queries until B is out. At the end of Vale, 2 more cars have tangled. Penalty for gaining an advantage by B. So Victor Martins leads. He's got to stay there. Indeed. So it's going to be a little while yet. Yeah. Able to compete in a variety of the historic Formula 1 championships. The 1959 Cooper T51, the last car in Cooper there's the B192, the car Schumacher car, and the 1993 Schumacher car there as well.
Seats, corner seat, so good. F2 had about 8 crashes today, it was mad. So many cars just got knocked out the race. How good are those seats? I'm next to the finish line, I'm near the podium, I see the podium, and you see the last few corners. And like there's a lot of overtaking there as well, so I'm looking forward to, because like Frugos Hamilton last year was right there. Get to see overtaking, I'll get to see where the race ends, the finish line, the podium. It's perfect. It's literally is perfect. I really enjoyed the Porsche Cup when I came here last year, but I need to get food, so I might miss the Porsche Cup. It is what it is. Drivers Parade 1250, if you're back for that. Let me go get some food. Also, those classic cars going around as well, those are really cool. Especially the Williams, that was perfect. I think Seb drove it last year around this track as well. It sounds so perfect. Cheeseburger and chips, £15. Expensive, but I'm hungry. And there's no sauce left. They used up all the sauce already. Cheese looks too fresh. Doesn't look warm enough. That wasn't great. You know, everything was cold except the burger, which wasn't even that hot. I should have walked down further to find another place. I was here 4 days last year, so there's like places all over everywhere. Food in like a lot of different places, right? The best place I remember was there was one lone burger store in the corner. I think it was just before Maggie's Beckett's, around the area. So the burger was so good, my word. To be fair, the fries were good, the chips were good from here, but the burger, my word. The whole point I went there was the burger. I should just got fried chicken. Or onion rings or nachos. I could have got nachos. I want some ice cream. I was gonna get the waffle 99, but I saw Biscoff. I thought I gotta get that. I tried the McFlurry the other day. It was I fell in love with that. So Biscoff ice cream, any sort of biscuit mixed with ice cream is the way to go, my friends. That was delightful. You cannot go wrong with an ice cream van. Anyway, I should have bought a drink. I don't know why I didn't buy a drink. But yeah, F1 in a bit. Well, still over 2 hours until that starts, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. And yeah, hope it's a great race. Last year was an amazing race, especially after the safety car. Hopefully we're in for a treat. And Lando is starting second. Hopefully he stays high and maybe has a chance to win. That would be amazing. Last year I saw Carlos Sainz's first race win in a Ferrari. We could see it for Norris. Who knows? You've got to just have faith in Max's car not being at full power. Hopefully it's an exciting race. And not too many safety cars, please. No safety cars, preferably. What else do you beat Max Verstappen though? Like, you literally got the best car. He's the best driver. So you got the combo of the best driver and the best car. And the car's faultless. It doesn't break down. So what do you do? Best driver, best car, the car's reliable. How on earth do you beat that? You need to be unreliable. And you get lucky with safety cars. And he gets penalties. He's too perfect. He's matured a lot. He's not the same guy he was years ago. So he's got that part. He's got less errors in him. You just can't stop him. Come on, Lando. If it's you, find the way. Find the way. The first place I go to look for a drink, they've run out of water. How do you run out of water? Like, now I've got a 350 Coke Zero, £3.50 for this. It's a good drink, but no water. How dare you? I couldn't be asked to walk somewhere else, so I just got a Coke. What do you reckon the actual hotel is inside the track? I predict £2 a night. I wouldn't be surprised either. What year is this?
I say a big thanks, and I'll try to do the crowd today.
Driver parade is done. I think I missed a little something, but it's fine. The red arrows are in the air at 2:15. So it's about an hour from now. So an hour until the jets are in the air, and by that point I'll be in my seat. I thought, hey, I'm going to be up there for like 3 hours. Might as well come down there and chill for an hour. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the race. That's all that's left now. The race. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Someone getting arrested. A lot of cops over there.
You can fill up your reef. Therefore, so the battle team, it's the winner of 4G and collapsing into 2017, where he was Super leader in 2017. He's also flown Typhoon on operations. 5,000 feet once again. That's 400 miles per hour before everyone into formation around to the left for the Apollo present. Prix, Flight Lieutenant Tom Hansford. He's flown Typhoon on operations. He's a former qualified weapons instructor, which means that he teaches weapons technical information. Red one, of course, doesn't want to make it too easy, so immediately bends the formation around to right. The blue and the red smoke come on, which makes the formation even more difficult for 7 and 8. Again, 200 feet, over 800 miles per hour closing speed. Pass within,
just his time.
Sergeant Sergio Perez is 50. It is Lando Norris who leads the way down towards Camcorder. Versus Mercedes, but unlike Lewis to go off, Jamie, on that first lap, he's fighting back well.
Yeah, he's looking racy there behind the lights.
Intrigued as to why we never go safety car. So everybody slowed to a delta, and now we go safety car for release. The top race leader in the meantime, Max Verstappen has done an absolute best in the centre of this lap. Albon is second. Been a tremendous drive by the World Championship leader. In some cases has won the British Grand Prix Championship, and Lando Norris will be delighted with second.
High speed, as I said.
Down because there will be more music from Rudimental.
Congratulations for your interview there, GP. People are talking about the dominance of you this season, but that was far from easy to win that race.
Yeah, we had a terrible start, so we need to look into why that was. But even after that, I think, especially Lando, he was very well. Both the McLarens at the beginning was super quick.
Congratulations on your victory. We're now going to go over to Lando. And you had to defend against a 7-time world champion whilst leading against a 2-time world champion.
Yeah, pretty insane. I just want to say a big thanks for to the whole team. They've done an amazing job, and none of this would be possible without the hard work that they've been putting in. So pretty amazing, pretty insane to put up with the fight. They put me on hard tires. I don't know why. They're still beginners in some things, but big thanks to all the British fans out here supporting all of us, and also for the guys. Did an amazing job all weekend. They literally P3 today without the safety car, so I shame he deserved it. But yeah, the fans are amazing, so big thanks to all of them.
Lando, congratulations, enjoy the podium. As we welcome you talk about the power of the Prix here. You did it again. You came from what was obviously a difficult qualifying to deliver a brilliant podium here at Silverstone.
Well, firstly, I didn't do it. The crowd did it. Once again, Silverstone put on an amazing show. We did the greatest crowd here, and so a big thank you to everyone for supporting. I think I felt the energy, I felt the support, which this is the reason we got back up there. Congratulations to Lando and to McLaren, where it was my family is where I first started.
Give the final word to you, to the crowd.
Racing the Dutch and Austrian national anthems. Presented by David Richards is presented to Max Verstappen by Lucy Fraser, Secretary of State, Department for Culture, Media and Sport.
Almost 5 p.m. I reckon I could have made that coach then. It's a bit of a walk to the coach because the track's quite big, obviously. You've got to walk through a massive crowd, but I could have made it in an hour. Well, never mind. What a race though, anyway. I really enjoyed it. Last year's race was better, but more dramatic, but to get 2 British drivers on the podium, can't argue with that. First place, obviously Max. If he doesn't have a car fault, he's going to win. He's mature, he doesn't make mistakes, he's a great driver, he's got a great car. Like, can't stop him. Lando Norris took the lead for the first few laps. That was amazing, awesome atmosphere, but in the end the inevitability came along. But Lando kept second, you know. After the safety car he was defending on hards against Hamilton on softs. He held on. Lewis got third, he got helped by the safety car of course. Other drivers could have better races. Albon did quite well, I'm pretty sure. Watching Carlos Sainz as a Ferrari fan losing 3 positions in 1 corner was very annoying. 1 or 2 corners, but it was very annoying. The first overtake happened right in front of us. That was painful. But apart from Ferrari's woes, it was generally quite a good race. Apart from obviously Verstappen was easily winning. Apart from that, it was competitive. I really enjoyed it. And just one safety car period that lasted a bit longer than I thought. But yeah, we went over after the race without any safety cars, no stoppages, so that was good. Unfortunately for Magnussen, his car caught fire. That caused a safety car, and the Alpine team completely failed. They both made the pits, but none of them finished the race. Yeah, there's a lot of drama, a lot of interesting drama. Not every driver could finish, but entertaining race. I enjoyed that. That was fun, and I got the perfect seat, man. It was brilliant, and I got to see the podium. So you know, that might be the only time I ever sit there. So you know, for a one-time experience, it's not too bad. Would have preferred Frugo's Hamilton, but still, I'll take what I got. I'll take what I get. I'll take what I get. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I had a good time, and what's coming next year? I don't know where I'd sit, either general admission or, because I never had general admission before, I might try it for another track, but if I try it for this I could do that, or I could look for a cheaper grandstand, but I aim to be here next year. Let's just put it that way. I want to make this a yearly thing because I'm an F1 fan, so why wouldn't I just come to the British one? It's in the same country and it's only like 2 hours away, even by a coach. So yeah, that was fun. Let me find this bus and then I'll be on my way home. This is fun. Let's see what time I get home. What time is it now? 4:57. So I got to find that bus, pay for the bus, get to the train station, and then get a train home. The train's like an hour and 15 minutes, I think, I'm pretty sure. But the bus will be like over 30 minutes, so we'll see. But, and also, I've got to get home after that as well from Houston. But yeah, a pretty good day. Like last year I did it as like a whole big weekend. This year, just gone for Sunday, and it's worked out well. The only issue is I can't see the concerts or the interviews, but it's all good. It's all good. Alright, we got the race. We got the main event. Alright, overpriced, very expensive, but I do not regret it. I do not regret sitting club corner seat. That was those were incredible seats. Incredible seats. Yeah, there was also a couple black and gold cars at the back of the grid at the start of the race. So they're filming a movie with Brad Pitt. It's an F1 movie they're filming, and they use an actual race to like film a scene, but they weren't part of the race. Like they were there for the formation lap, and then one car broke down and it started leaking oil, and the other car went, and then they were both disappeared. But I wonder if that's a spoiler. I wonder if there's a scene where there's a race and one car breaks down. We watched it in person. We watched it being filmed. Either that or the scene failed. One of the two, but I thought that was quite interesting. I was just like, how are they going to do this? Because like they can't interrupt a real race. But the way they did it was interesting. I just thought that was cool. So one car broke down and the other car drove off, and then I assume it stopped at the end when they finished filming the scene. I'm intrigued to see this movie when it comes out, just to see what that scene is. I'm very curious. I wish I filmed it, but just before the race started, we tried to do Mexican wave, and I did record part of it. When I stopped recording though, Hamilton straight on our left, they didn't continue, so we started booing them. So instead we sent it backwards, right? But they were sending it to us at the same time. So the two Mexican waves, right to left, clashed and went outwards. It was really cool. I don't know if I explained it properly, but it got a massive cheer. I'm just like, now that's a unique twist on the Mexican wave. The crossover Mexican wave. All because the Hamilton straight didn't want to take part. The grandstand to the right, not club corner A or B, but further down, the one with no roof. They joined in, so, and they got cheers. But the Hamilton straight didn't want to get involved. Too boring. Seeing me, I tried to take a shortcut, so people doing it. I thought, let me walk over the tires. I was like Spider-Man, bro. I wasn't anything like Spider-Man. I actually kind of tripped and I was on my knees on one of the tires. But I still climbed up, alright? Made it over. Instead of walking all the way around. This was my exit last year. Help centre. I used to wait on this corner. Norwich drove past me right here. I used to wait like over an hour for a taxi here every single day last year. It was mental. They don't even allow taxis here anymore. I don't know how you even do taxis. So it's a good thing I did it how I did it. No more hotel bookings. It's not needed. London's close enough. Apparently the buses go from here, so I'm trying to figure out where and how. Probably where all the buses are. Have a safe journey, Crow. Coach Stagecoach, which is most of the buses. Take two routes out free. One goes to Milton Keynes Station, the other to Northampton. That was a bit quick. quicker, but they both take about the same amount of time to get home. So yeah, hopefully it's not too packed. We should just double take a bus. So it could be like London rush hour.
6 fields, it's 1 mile. This 1 lane, 6 fields. Okay, yeah, thank you.
The biggest queue is for 6 fields, which is on my road, but I need either MK1 or N1, one of the two. But it's still a long queue. I could have booked the coach. I should have booked the coach. Well, that took a while. But at the train station, Milton Keynes Central. So it said on the website, Silverstone website, that you can just pay on the day, and you can. But I should have booked a ticket. I knew you could book tickets. I just chose not to because I thought, hey, I could just, I could be more flexible. But you don't have to like buy a specific time. You can just, you can just buy a ticket. But I didn't do that because I'm an idiot. So basically, that long queue, there was a very long queue that I didn't have to go to, but the second longest queue was our queue, which was very long. I left like 1 hour, 20 minutes later. So that whole queue was people who didn't have tickets. And the people who did have tickets, they let them through straight away. And that makes sense. Like, you buy a ticket, get priority. It's a bit like first class. Not really, but you know what I mean. They already reserved a ticket, fair enough. But a lot of people reserved a ticket, so they all went through. Meanwhile, everyone else is just waiting around. And then suddenly they get 2 buses ready at random for non-reserved tickets. So they have everyone run to the barriers, not run literally, but like get to the barriers. We're going to get you on these 2 buses. They got a third one in as well, which was ideal. They filled the buses up. They were like, if you can stand, we've got a few spaces left. So people started pushing in. It wasn't like chaotic, but it was quite interesting. That just with people at the front of the line, like we don't want to stand up for 40 minutes, and I'm just like, fair enough. So people started going forward to stand up. I thought I'd wait for the third bus. As soon as the guy said like a third bus is coming, I'm just like, I'll wait for that, and I got a seat, which is great. We left now 20 minutes later than originally planned, so it is what it is. What's even more interesting was the Northampton bus had no queue. So I was curious. I didn't want to lose my spot in the queue, but I asked one of the guys who was helping. I asked him like, I noticed there's no queue for Northampton bus, and he's just like, yeah, there isn't, but I don't know if there's any tickets. So he went up to them, and they told him that they had no tickets left. So that's why there was no queue. It was just for reserved people. So I couldn't go to Northampton. He's just like, well spotted. You noticed there was no queue, but they're booked out. And Milton Keynes had 200 tickets left, so I was just in the first 200, I think, which is good. They did get a 4th bus in though, so I think the people didn't get in did actually eventually get in. They had a lot of buses just go, so that's great. Because when I looked it up, it was every half an hour, but actually it was more often than that, just to get a lot of people back to the station. So fair enough. Next time I'll book a ticket, but it seems like a good way to do it. But next time I'll probably book a coach to and from. That's going to be ideal. Plus, this year I've done the whole podium thing as well, so I can just leave after the race next time. I don't have to track and invade either because I did that last year. So yeah, but either way, this bus thing is all right. Just book a ticket in advance if you are going to Silverstone at some point in your life. Anyway, yeah. Let me get in. The trains are quite often, I think, to London, and it's just over an hour train ride. I'm here a lot later than I expected to be. It's still fairly early, and I'll get home and I'll be able to edit this and get to sleep at a reasonable time and go back to work tomorrow. So it's not too bad. Currently 7:22. I'm going to put my ticket on train line because I get a discount on there. So yeah, but there is actually a train in 20 minutes. There's a train in 4 minutes as well, and 9 minutes. There's a lot of trains to London. Let me hurry up. I'm 24. Bought my ticket instantly online, and I am through the gates. Scan my ticket. There's a train in. Well, there's a train at 7:31, so literally just in a few minutes. Perfect. Nice to get some fresh air. It's not really that fresh though, to be honest, in the city of London. But yeah, I'm back at Euston. I actually got back at the exact time the coach would have got back if I got on the 6 PM coach. Timing ain't too bad considering the delays, but then again, the coach goes back to Victoria, which is like further away from my home than Euston is. Point is, if I actually book a ticket for that bus next year, and I'll be able to skip that queue, get to the station earlier, and get an earlier train to a closer station. So like doing this would be quicker than the coach, as long as I book the bus. There's something to think about. I got to remember that for next year, all right? Because I'll be back. Anyway, I got another surprise this year. There's another race I'm going to, so I look forward to sharing it with you. I've been excited for it for months and months now, and I cannot wait to show you where I am and what I'm doing and where I'm sitting. Because I would argue it's even more impressive than where I sat today. So let's just put it that way. And it's an iconic track, so let's put it that way too. Let me get home. Could have had a mega July, you know, and I have, to be fair. I had Davidoff last week and this now. But I applied for ballot tickets for Wimbledon and Ashes. Didn't get either. It's 9:38. The sky is still sort of blue. The sun is going down. But I am home. Lesson learned. Book the bus, and I can get home even earlier. So I don't even need to get a coach back. So that's food for thought. So I'm gonna have some tea, like typical, in typical British fashion. I do love tea though. It's great. Hate coffee. Dislike coffee. I know it keeps you awake, but hate it. Always prefer tea. Anyway, yeah. There'll be one more F1 trip this year, and it might be sooner than you think. It's not Hungary, so don't expect Hungary. But there will be an F1 race I go to this year. It's a European one. I'm excited to share it with you. So yeah, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and good night.